So what?
What sound does a bunny make?
Sometimes they scream.
Why, hello, Alice. You have come to the Mad Tea Party at the opportune time, as you oft do. To my right, we have Miss Raven Zinn joining us of Adiractic infamy.
Hello.
Check them out on streaming platforms
Soon.
soon. Okay. Check them out on Instagram and music coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
And then to my left, we have Mr. Brother Dusty.
Hello.
It's funny with the Mr. in front. It's
Yeah,
like a
Mr.
double,
Brother.
Mr. Brother.
Mr. Brother, Dr. Dusty.
Yeah, and you got a new song coming out.
March 20th.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name of that one?
Noise.
Hell yeah, dude.
Noise.
I don't know if I heard that one.
Probably not.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. We play it sometimes live. It's usually like the last song we do if we do the rock thing.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah. That's March 12th,
20th.
20th.
Yeah.
March
It's like
20th.
17 days from now.
And you got any shows coming up?
That one. Yeah.
March 20th.
March 20th. Yeah, we're playing at the Coliseum, which is in like the the industrial like warehouse complex over in East Nashville. It's a cool little DIY spot. BYOB. They don't have a bar, so you just bring whatever, bring the party, closed off in a big privacy fence. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool spot. We're gonna debut our very first all rock set. We've been doing all the little hoedown shit the whole time, so we're gonna finally get back into the full electric, that vibe. So
That's
that'll be
awesome.
cool. Yeah, we have to have band practice first, so hopefully that happens. But
That's what's up, man. Well, check Brother Dusty and his band March 20th at the Coliseum. And also Bunny Roo, April 3rd.
yeah.
Dusty's playing that as well.
Woo!
And Raven's making a poster for it.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah, really excited about that. Brother Dusty, Bella on bass, Courtney Warner, Christian Northover, Matthew Weldy, and Mossbed. Yeah, so that's going to be sick. We'll see you there at the East Side Bowl in the 58 room, directly to your left when you walk in. It's going to be a good night. And that's April 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And I'm still giddy. The serendipity of this evening, because we had planned a podcast and then we were going to take pictures for some rabbit hole stuff. And it just worked out that I had y'all both
Yeah.
here at the same time. And I can only feel that the gods have set this up
Yeah.
because
Yes.
you are two of my most controversial friends. I'm going to say that with full respect.
Yeah.
And also, we're all redeemed conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
You made a post recently
Yeah.
about being the conspiracy theory guy, and it's like
Not anymore.
not anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are still doing that though. There's still people like once it hit, I'm still scrolling through and I'm seeing people like, oh, everyone's got schizophrenia and blah blah blah, and it's like, bro, come on. It's like we've moved past this at this point. Like, I just feel like everything that has come out should be enough to be like, okay, maybe we all don't know fucking everything.
Yeah.
Maybe your opinion about the government was wrong and it's going to continue to be wrong. But everyone's like, oh, I was wrong about this, but I'm definitely still right about everything else. And it's just like, it's pathetic, dude.
Yeah. And the whole thing, for the longest time, the whole concept of, well, by definition, a conspiracy theory. I mean, do you know what a conspiracy is?
Yeah, yeah,
Right? I mean, it's not like it's wrong.
yeah.
It's a theory. Now it's not a theory anymore.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's proven. And a conspiracy is literally just people working together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's so crazy. That it's been, I mean, that term is very like discredited. It's used as a weapon to discredit the people who figure the shit out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so now people still, I mean, someone posted on my thing and they were like, I wish it was just a conspiracy. And it's like, I don't think you know anything about anything at all because that doesn't make sense.
What does that even mean?
People are so far away from it that they think that the word conspiracy is the theory. You know what I mean?
Mm.
They think that it's like queso cheese. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's just like they don't actually know what the word means. They just hear it and they generally just assume, that it's kooky woo woo.
Yeah, the word has like a negative connotation to
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
But that is because of years of
Conditioning.
yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. 100%.
Yeah, we just did Brave New World for the book club last month,
Oh,
and it was
sweet.
like, dude, going into that, I was expecting it to be like more like robots are taking over, and it
Yeah.
was a lot more just like society.
This.
Yeah,
I read it in high
this.
school. I spark noted it in high school, but
Yeah, I mean, but it's all social conditioning.
yeah.
It's like relationships between people. It's
Mhm.
not even so much like tech. It's social engineering stuff.
You know what's funny? I had a funny idea on the way here that was very Brave New World-ish, which I think would solve a lot of problems, if I'm being honest. But I thought, what if it was like a government requirement by law that everyone had to take an IQ test, and on every social media platform next to your name, your IQ had to be there, like it was like your pronouns. You know what I mean? And everyone's IQ was public. That way, when everyone's putting all their intellectual opinions on the internet, it's like we can literally just look. You know what I mean? And then when people start like sharing random articles on Facebook, and you're like, "Is this even real?" You can just look at the IQ of the person who shared it and just be like, "All right," you know what I mean?
Not only that, but like somebody tries to, like, you can't tell if they're rage baiting or if they're just stupid.
Right, yeah.
But then you can tell if they're stupid,
Yeah.
and then you won't get rage baited.
Oh, it'd be amazing. I mean, it'd be unfortunate that it's like a caste system, but it would just immediately clear up so many problems. You know what I mean? And then it's like the people that like argue on the internet, you would just be able to see it. It's like this 130 guy's arguing with this 90 guy, which really wouldn't even happen. You know what I mean? That's not how that would work. The 130 guy would not probably spend their time arguing on the internet, I feel like. But, I don't know. I was thinking like if there was some sort of like reward, like, like mixing like a capitalist socialist, like you get paid based on your intelligence. You know what I mean? And it's like everyone who's smart gets more money and they get more opportunity. And because it is a problem, dude. You spend so much work ethic growing up in school and going to college and getting smarter and smarter and smarter. And I feel like a lot of the smartest people in society, like they don't know what to do with it because at the end of the day, they just have to get into the workforce. And so a lot of the people that make the most money end up being the people that don't really have much of a mental capacity, and they just go sell beer. You know what I mean? Or they go and take their clothes off at the bar, and it's like it just becomes this weird thing where the success rate and the intelligence rate, you would think and hope in like an ideal society would have a correlation, but they don't. You know what I mean? Like some of the smartest people do not have good lives, and some of the dumbest people have great lives. So it's like if we could find a way to monetize intelligence and punish not
Stupidity.
intelligence, and just set our whole society up like that, I'm sure there'd be problems. There'd be like a
I
whole
can
new
think of
group
like 100, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I'm letting you cook,
I'm
Bill.
sure. I'm sure the stupid people would be like, "Let's rise up and
Yeah.
take over." And
But they
then-
wouldn't know how.
It'd be too
No.
stupid.
Yeah.
No, they'd be like, "We're yelling at you. What? Why aren't you doing anything?"
Yeah.
Because you're stupid.
Yeah. And we could just
Wow.
point to the number. And that would just be the answer for like so many questions.
Back up 85.
Yeah.
Back
yeah.
up.
I mean, it would
Back
be
up 6'7".
it would be like a
Thanks,
whole new
David.
form of like racism, dude. You know,
Dude, I'm so hyped for new racism.
must have this level IQ to get
Yeah.
into the bar, dude. Oh my god.
That's what we need. New kinds of racism. The old ones are getting boring.
Yeah.
Would that be an intellectualist?
Yeah.
It's a new meaning to the word.
Yeah.
We're changing the meaning of words in society now, so let's call intellectualism.
Yeah.
No
Prejudice.
longer being like for the intellectual thing. It'll just be like,
Yeah.
oh,
I mean, it would be judging people
Yeah.
on the content of their character. That's the dream, dude.
I mean, man.
I'm inclined
Just
to
think about that.
without
Well-
intelligence, you can't build a great character.
Well, if we're actually
Yeah.
talking about this, there's like I have a lot of thoughts about that, but like
It's fun to think about.
It's a fun idea to just play around with.
just toss around and just think
Yeah.
about all the ways that would affect everything.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about that for like 2 hours about how like that's not. There's more to IQ, more than just IQ, right?
Yeah,
Like there's emotional intelligence.
exactly. Yeah,
like,
it would have to be hypothetically.
we need something better than an IQ
it would
test.
be a good. Yeah, it would have to be a very
Something more encompassing
Yeah,
than that.
IQ also degrades over here.
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Well, I think also I was thinking like if I was president and this shit was real, you'd be able to be like a driver's license number, and you could go every 5 years and renew your intelligence. If you studied and you worked hard and you got smarter, you would be rewarded for it. Which I mean, just imagine the benefits of that. If you
Yeah.
got paid to just be smart, like if that was how socialism worked, and it was like the higher your IQ is, the more that the government will just give you money for not being a dumbass.
That's technically what universities were supposed to be.
Yeah, but they're not. That's what I'm
But the
saying.
government controls it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
that's the
child
other
left
issue.
behind.
That's the other issue I have with this whole thing is like someone has to implement this, and those people are not going to do it right. You know?
Yeah.
Humans are gonna human.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, any system's going to have that.
And then
crucial area.
regulating the definition of the IQ in itself, like you said, like there's different types of intelligence. So it's like it's a flawed system. But what's not? What's not?
IQ
You know?
and
I mean, let's
EQ.
give it
Yeah.
a run for at least
Yeah.
a year or two.
Yeah, you find the medium between IQ and EQ for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that could work. But no, dude. I mean, it's dumb of me to even spend all my time scrolling through, dude. But I have a lot of like, friends from like high school that it's like I'm not the type of dude who's like I need to unfollow people, but I'll just scroll, dude, and I'll see people share something or just say something, and it's like you literally have no idea, but you just spent an hour typing this like in your mind, this like genius philosophical political opinion where you're literally stating how much you have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Hmm.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
that-
it's like, dude, it's most people, and then more
Yeah.
people share those, and the internet has just created this world where all the dumbest people end up being the loudest because they're the ones who spend the most time on their couch not touching grass or doing anything, and then vice versa. But of course there's plenty of exceptions to that, but it's a weird thing that all the smartest people who would be the best role models are too busy to post political rants 5 times a day on Facebook
They
like
got better
everyone
things
else is
to
doing.
do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah,
It's like you can only call Donald Trump an idiot 5 times a day for so long before you're the idiot. You
It's
know
like
what I mean? It's like how
it's
you
like,
gonna?
yeah, Donald Trump is well,
I don't think anyone really wants to like the guy.
idiot's not like I mean, he got where he was, so
Yeah.
like arguably smarter than me in a lot of ways, but he's like I don't fucking trust him. He's an
Yeah.
Israel shill.
No, for sure, for
He's a
sure.
good businessman. But I mean, a good
Yeah.
businessman can be.
Yeah, I'm just saying
Yeah.
or like Elon Musk is like an easier one. Like No, he didn't go build a rocket ship by himself, but he is inarguably an intelligent person. And the amount of people that I see that just live on their couch and do nothing, who are like, he's such an idiot. It's like, what are you doing with your
Yeah.
fucking life, dude?
Yeah, I was gonna say is I totally agree with that. Is like you can call these things out all day, but it's like that's at that point it's like, yeah, dude, and the sky's blue. You have any other
Right.
obvious
Yeah.
fucking truths for us? Is like, yeah, this guy sucks. And you can say that 5 times a day,
Yeah.
but like what do you everyone knows that.
Where I'm at is if I don't know the person in real life, I have nothing to say. Like I don't know, like Trump's an easy one. I don't know that guy. I don't know if he's lying. I don't know if he's reading off of a teleprompter. I don't know if he gets off camera and he's the nicest guy in the world. I doubt it. But like I don't know. So I'm not going to have any strong emotion or opinion about anyone who is 5 states away on a camera with a bunch of agents and a teleprompter and a script and a plan and a strategy. Just like, dude, fuck off with all of that. It's like I have opinions and emotions about the things that are directly in front of me, and that's it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
smart.
there's a lot of people who they have empathy for the wrong things.
Right.
They don't have anything in their life to actually like care about.
They have performative
So
empathy.
yeah, it's like, oh, I'm a good person because I said this.
Right,
But like they're
yeah.
not doing anything
Yeah.
that's actually like good for
Yeah.
them or good for anybody around them.
Yeah.
They're
That's
just
that's how I felt about a lot of the like 2020 BLM stuff. The black square, dude. And it
Oh
was
yeah, the
like,
profile picture
but it
thing.
was like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Like I see the optimism in it, and it's like, in a world where a certain group of people feel oppressed and feel like everyone is after them, it is good to be able to like scroll through and see, like, okay, these people are basically beacons saying, I'm not a part of that. I'm here like to love. You know what I mean? But other than that, it's like, but what are you doing?
Well,
Like,
it's conformity.
yeah,
It's group where it's solidarity. So it's like I'm in the thing. I agree with the current thing.
yeah,
I support whatever the thing is. It's
yes.
like
yeah.
another example. Y'all hear about what David? What's that streamer's name? Imaru? Is that right?
Yes,
You're
Email.
you want to explain it?
Uh, yeah, I mean, she basically like somebody asked her her opinion on like ICE, and she was like, I'm not a political streamer. I don't know why you're coming to me for that.
Yeah,
If you're coming to non-political streamers for political opinions, then you need to get off the internet. I
right.
agree with her on that. It makes sense, but then people just started going after her,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
That's
Sorry.
because they need their IQ posted next to their name.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just say the thing. Just say it.
That's what it
Yeah.
was. Is
Yeah, how hard is it to just say fuck ICE? Say the line, Bart. Say it.
Right.
yeah, and it's like they just want her to like you don't need to be educated on this. You just need to agree with me.
Yeah.
So it's just saying that you support whatever the current thing is, which is very like that's the opposite of critical thinking. It's like don't think about this.
Yeah,
Just
for
say
sure.
whatever
Sounds
the
a
thing
lot like
is.
don't do your own research.
It's just so weird that all these things are happening in the name of critical thinking, in the name of
Yeah.
intellectualism, in the name of empathy, in the name of morals and ethics. But they're all the least empathetic, moral, ethical, intelligent things that you could do. It's just so
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Internet.
Yeah,
Yep.
because like not only did that happen, but like I think she made an apology. She shouldn't have.
She
Yeah,
should have
that's
done that.
dumb.
But it's because she was scared she was losing her audience and whatever.
Right.
But then people were like, well, she's saying these things because she's got her audience is a bunch of incels and she wants to like capitulate to them and she has no mind of her own, like she's brainwashed. And it's like, so if they don't have your opinion, they're
Right.
brainwashed.
Yeah.
Like the audacity.
Yeah.
Like basically calling her a pick me, which is like calling it's like the like feminism equivalent of an Uncle Tom. Like you're saying
Yeah.
you're saying that like
Well,
you work for the enemy.
it's so
basically.
crazy to dissect any specific. It's just like it's like when, a celebrity does something like kind of not cool and people come at them, but then it's like, yo, there's like 1,000 gangster rappers that are promoting like violence and like drugs and shit. And it's like, you don't say anything about that. And then there's these people that are doing this, which is also way worse. And these people doing this, which is also way worse. And you're going to specifically select this thing that just like triggered you and then act like you're an activist. And dude, I just see all that and I'm just like, this is so insane and just silly. You know
It's
what I mean?
cringe. Like,
all the just whenever we see those kinds of things, whenever I see those kinds of things, I just remember the feminine energy of all of this because it is just like drama.
Yeah,
It's just drama.
yeah,
it is. I think a lot of it's performative. And I think people just need an outlet. I also think everybody's really stressed. I think that the oppressors, I think that they see us the way that we see cows and chickens. And we are essentially their cattle, and our milk is stress and trauma. It's like the
Oh, dude.
more stressed out and the more traumatized we are, the more that we go buy shit.
Mm.
And the more that we fight, and then the more that we don't stand up together and take the power back. And I think that there's a lot of people that they don't really have that complete puzzle put together, and so they are getting mad at random strangers on the internet who could literally just be bots. It's
Yeah.
like at this
Yeah.
point, if you're still arguing with a stranger on the internet, you are 10 years behind in technology, basic intellect, basic critical thinking skills. You are the dumbest kind of dumb. It's just like that could literally be someone in the Reddit office being paid to piss people off. That could be foreign intelligence just being paid to just like get involved with the American society. Is like it could be AI. It could be just a troll. There's trolls, bro. Like the fact that there's even trolls, period, that will go out and try to piss people off. It's like that should be enough for you to never ever argue with a stranger on the internet ever again, bro.
That's another thing is sometimes it's bots arguing with bots.
Yeah.
It just drums up more like,
Yeah.
oh, everybody's upset about this when nobody's upset
No one
about
cares.
this.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say too is like that's not even a theory. Like we know that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like we know that.
Oh, it's
Like what is
real.
it? Dead internet theory. Like
Yeah.
most of the internet is robots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. Well, and there's all these like headlines that I feel like are being used, and you'll see something that happened an hour ago, and it'll be like, people are in uproar about this, and it's like, no, I've never
We
heard
don't even
anyone
have
talk
time
about
for
that.
yeah.
No one, yeah.
There hasn't been enough time for people to be upset about this. It's like I just found out. Yeah.
That's what's crazy about everything that's happening right now is unfortunately, I don't care because the human brain does not have the capacity, and it should not have the capacity to freak out over Ukraine and Iran and Venezuela and Minneapolis and Trump and Israel and
On top
and
of
it's like
going to work
every day
Yeah.
and Jim Carrey and you know what I mean? And it's just like every day there's some news story, which if you even know how the news and the media works, you're just like, okay, it's on purpose. This is definitely on purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like it's not, I think it's past the point of a distraction, and it's gotten to the point where there is a purposeful intention to cause as much overstimulation and stress, which is actually what my new song's about.
Oh, hell
not
yeah.
to do that,
No,
but
dude, that's sick.
that's
a
the
sick
song.
lead-in.
The song is like, it's not even like a political message. It's just like, yo, there's just a bunch of shit happening everywhere, and no one knows what's real anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
And that's
here's-
the noise.
Yeah, and here's another thing about that. I think that social media has like ruined us because you know a
Yeah.
bunch of shit used to always happen. It's always
Yeah.
been like that, but now we know about every little detail all the time. We're always being told about this happened in this country, this happened in that country,
Yeah.
and we're all like up in arms about
There's pros and
everything
cons
else.
to it, mostly
Yeah.
cons, but there are pros.
It's good to be informed.
Yeah, now that
but
information can be gatekept and
Yeah.
manipulated as much, it still is, but it's easier to figure. It's easier to just like both Venezuela and Iran, America, invaded them recently, and half the people were like, "Oh, we overstepped boundaries," and then the other half of the people were like, "No, they're celebrating." And so it's like, bro, I can literally just get on the internet and message someone in Iran and be like, "What are people over there saying?" You know what I mean? And it's like you can't. That information years ago before the internet would have been completely gatekept, and whatever we're told is what everyone would just go with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The what you're talking about too is like if you look at it from like an artist perspective, what they're doing is getting engagement. So
Yeah.
there's like an obvious slash like not so obvious truth is it is going to create more engagement if half the people like you and half the people hate you,
Yeah.
rather than everyone liking you or everyone
Yeah.
hating you.
Yeah,
If
the
you can create a
polarization.
dialogue,
Yeah.
that's a lot
It's like a
more.
weird, it's like if you like get really nerdy about it, it's like a physics thing. It's like you're creating like a nuclear reaction amongst people. And it's weird too because you have like someone I think asked like last year, maybe earlier this year, someone asked like Pharrell Williams, like, what are your thoughts on the political climate of like left and right? And he was like, I don't want to say anything and put any words into the universe that are going to create any form of division. People got pissed.
That
It's
doesn't
like, bro,
create-
there's just no winning, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I think, yeah. It,
I wish someone would ask me that.
what?
If you pick either left or right and live your whole life on that, I think you are like subhuman for sure.
I
You're
think-
a lesser creature, absolutely.
Doesn't it seem
What
like
a
people
dumb
are,
concept.
it seems like to me at least, people are waking up to
Yeah.
this.
Some people.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you go on the internet and you hear this like loud minority of people who are choosing either left or right. If you go out into the world, you just look
That's
at
not
people.
real.
Yeah.
It's not reality. You talk to them, and they might have different opinions from you, and most of them are going to be like,
They're
that's
just
an interesting
cool.
perspective.
They're cool in
That is so
person.
true. I talk to so many different people and I get along with pretty much everyone, you know?
But you know what's crazy is we're artists and we live in a city where so is the fucking guy at the grocery store who's
Okay. good
bagging
point.
your shit.
All right,
So
fair
it's
enough.
like
Fair enough.
everyone in our world, I feel like, for the most part, with few exceptions, is pretty like philosophically and intellectually gifted. And so it's like we live in this world where I feel like we have convinced ourselves that that's not real. You know what I mean? But it's like maybe go to some shit little small town in an area with nothing going on, and it's like I feel like you're gonna run into some like hardcore Republicans or go to like what's the place in Oregon? Super hipster.
Portland?
Portland. I feel like you go to Portland and it's gonna be a whole lot of
Okay.
pronouns and things.
You're probably onto
You know
something
what I
there.
mean?
Yeah.
Maybe Nashville's not the best.
Well, you
Yeah.
go to any city,
Yeah.
and you're gonna find crazy fucking people because
Right.
we can kind of get into that. Living in a city makes you absolutely miserable.
Yeah.
I don't think people like to admit that,
There's
but
no space.
every single time you go out, you have to deal with people who are also schizophrenic from all the noise and all the
Yeah.
different people that are around them and
Yeah.
all the violence they may have to deal with or they hear about or whatever.
It is very weird. I grew up in
And-
Indiana and I went to Chicago one time and I was walking on the sidewalk and someone walked past me and went, "Hey." And they just were like, the fuck I don't know you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it goes with what you're saying.
Right.
It's like I'm from a cornfield where you say hi to everybody and
Yeah.
everybody's got a cup of sugar for their neighbor, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's humans are not meant to live in cities. We are not meant to live like that. And you find the craziest people in cities.
Yeah.
You go out to a small town, you might find some crazy people, but
Yeah.
for the most part, I feel like it's like we're just kind of living our lives.
Yeah. Nashville, it's kind of like a little bit of everything.
It is
I
pretty
feel like.
diverse in thought. I mean, like, in my experience, people are a lot more rational in person than they are online. Like,
Yeah.
I'm able to talk to people that I don't I'm like, if we like looked for it, I'm sure there's tons of stuff that like you and I don't agree about, or you and I don't agree
If you're
about.
posting all the time on the internet, you're lonely and sad, and you're taking your shitty fucking emotions out online. And that's the only way, bro.
Yeah.
If you're
But
doing it all the time, if you're constantly crying on the internet about shit, it's like your life is dark, period. Like that's how I see it. It's like as soon as I see the same name like 10 times a day, it's like, hey, you are discredited until you get your shit together because no one who's happy would do what you're doing. So
yeah,
you're automatically nothing you say will ever be valid to me.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's one thing to like you throw up some like cool poetry or like Jesus wouldn't wait for Jesus to come back. Like that,
Glad
that's
you
cool.
like that.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's like there's not really any like I don't read that and like, damn, I hope he's okay. You know what I mean?
I'm not.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm doing great. That's a
Yeah.
lie. I'm doing fucking fantastic. But no, I hear what you're saying. It's like it's not actually intellectual discourse. It's a lot of just I'm saying the thing. Did I do it right? Did I say the thing right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of that.
Or here's what everything should be like the way I think it should be. And it's like you haven't left your couch in
Yeah.
2 weeks, dude.
It is like I'm gonna say something really brave right now. I think Donald Trump's a poo-poo head.
Right.
And it's like, oh my God, she's so brave.
Yeah.
She's so brave.
Dude.
It's like that was you took such a hard stand. It's like another thing while we're on this, I don't like that all of a sudden everyone is a revolutionary. And it's like we gotta fight ICE. And it's like you
We're not
fucking
angry
can't
enough.
don't talk
As you
to
type
me.
on the internet.
Yeah, don't talk to me about overthrowing the government. It's like y'all performative fucking bullshit. Like you don't these are the same people that are going to be so quick to call the police.
Yeah.
It's like I got to fight ICE. I'm going to go get in their way. But also, if a man confronts me, I'm going to call the cops. Like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
The same people that were screaming insurrection not too long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's okay to hate the cops except for the Capitol Police.
Right.
Yeah.
It's tough for me because I was like we opened this whole conversation with I was the guy 10 years ago who was like, yo, did you know everyone with like over a few $billion hangs out in like the pharmaceutical and the health and the food and the government and the media that they're all intertwined and they definitely are sacrificing people and doing crazy shit and they might be eating babies. Like I was like that dude. And obviously anyone who would say that is schizophrenic and on drugs and stupid and spends too much time on the internet. And so it's coming out now and I'm just like I don't know what to think. Like I feel really cynical and like kind of shitty because like the worst part of myself is like laughing. You know what I mean? And it's like this shit is fucked up, but it's like I got my freak out about the government phase back when like Michael Jackson died, dude.
Yeah.
Like back when 9/11, like when we were in like high school and we discovered like all the 9/11 conspiracies and like when Alex Jones put the Bohemian Grove video online. It's like when that shit happened, that was where I was like, yo, do you know about this?
Yeah.
And everyone was like, you're nuts. And so it's like 10 years have gone by and I think they said what, like, was it 3 or did they do another 3 million of the files? Is it still just
I don't even
3
know where we're
million?
at this point.
Yeah, I'm not even paying attention to it.
That's
But it's
smart.
like people are seeing what has come out, and then they're like, okay, so this is the ceiling where everything under this is no longer conspiracy theory, but everything that our government and media told us about the people that run the government and media is true, and everything they didn't say must not be true. And now they're waiting for the government and the media to tell them the next portion about the people that control the government. And it's just like, dude, I don't care. You know what I mean? It's just like the fact that y'all, the fact that you had to wait for those people to tell you what those people are doing, I'm out. Like, I want nothing to, like, you're not angry enough, bitch. Like, I tried for 10 years, dude. And And it's like, and now, like I said, people are capping it and they're putting a ceiling on it, and they're like, okay, so this stuff's true, but all of this shit's still
Yep.
crazy. And it's like, you guys are maybe at 10%.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, if
of
that.
what,
you
Yeah.
like,
guys, you guys like, so all of this is true. So the way you should be thinking is what else is true?
yeah, exactly.
Because like if you don't think that, like it's kind of like you don't have a logical train of thought. You just like, oh, well, I guess this is true, but they wouldn't do that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, they might eat babies, but you know, there's no such thing as like a clone or something. Like that's the first thing that comes to mind, or like the portals and the clones and this crazy scientific research and like the underground tunnels and like, all this other shit. And it's like and other dimensions and aliens and stuff like that. And it's like they literally scratch the surface and they're like, okay, well, I was wrong about our government eating children and drinking their blood, but all the other stuff I'm definitely still right about. And it's just like I just can't. It's like, are you even real? Like I'm not the type of dude who's like, oh, that's an NPC. You know what I mean? I feel like that's not even that's like just a derogatory term for someone you think is dumb. There might be real NC in whatever.
NPCs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I just
don't know.
I see that shit and I'm just like, you have to be a fucking mannequin, dude.
Yeah, there are certain people I believe there are NPCs out there that
Yeah.
they will go with anything the government tells them,
Well,
anything that is acceptable,
Yeah.
and not have their own train of thought and then tell other people they don't have their own train of thought.
I mean, look, I grew up in a religious cult. So, I mean, you come from a similar background, and it's like, it's really easy for me to see how, like, I could be that NPC, right?
Mhm.
These people, it's just cult mentality. It's just
Yeah.
sacrificing your own ability to think, like critical thinking for group thought. It's really comfortable. You don't have to be scared or worry about it because you've already sided. You already know what you think about this. You can defer to a book or a person for your brain. You don't have to
Right.
do the thinking yourself. And
Yeah.
it's easier, it's more comfortable, and it's an easier trap to fall into. I mean, I wouldn't see like any of us falling into that trap just
Yeah.
because like we're all pretty like cracked open.
Yeah.
But it's that's like I think about that in like that's a like a muggle thing. Like
Yeah.
NPCs are muggles, and then you have
Right.
wizards. Like
Yeah.
we're all wizards, and
Yeah.
that's so it's really easy for us to see. But also, I was that muggle. Like I grew up in a religious cult, and it took people telling me the truth in
Yeah.
order for me to get out of that. So I'm really patient. Like I've got like
Yeah.
like people you and I both know
Yeah.
it's like they are in a cult and they're not being rational. It's emotionally driven, but I'm really patient because I'm trying to maybe it's like a vain effort,
Dude,
but
some people
if no one ever did that for me, I wouldn't be here. So
some people their capacity, it's not even an intelligence thing. Like, dude, before I saw like I didn't even care about Michael Jackson, but before I saw like the what really happened to Michael Jackson videos like back in the day, um my brain never went into like the realm of like what if the government does this and what if this is a thing. It's like my brain just didn't go there because my life was simple, you know what I mean? And I think that that's what a lot of this is people don't necessarily have the capacity to think that the realm of possibility on planet Earth as a human far exceeds what you personally are capable of doing yourself.
hmm.
And it's like the science that you learned in fucking high school versus the science that the billionaires and the Vatican has access to are completely different levels of science. And people that simple concept of thought does not exist in a lot of people's brains. A lot of people just think that what they know is possible is the only thing that's possible. And when you give them foreign information, There was like this Buddhist guy that I talked to a long time ago, and like he was, I don't even know if this is true, but he basically told me that when like the Native Americans saw the Pilgrims' boats coming, they had never seen a ship.
I've heard this before.
So
It's gods. Yeah.
their eyes didn't know,
Oh.
like they didn't have the neurological pathways in their brain to conceive what was happening. Like they would just look out and it's like they didn't even see a boat because what the fuck is a boat? You know what I mean?
Right. That reminds me of Ezekiel seeing the fiery chariots, where it's like that could be a spaceship. And
Yeah.
it's like, what do you call that if you have no concept of a
Yeah,
spaceship? It's a
exactly.
fiery
Yeah,
chariot.
yeah. And I think
You don't even have the language for it. You don't have the words to communicate it to someone.
that anyone who still uses the word conspiracy theorist, they just have just like a tiny little pea brain, and they don't have the mental capacity to realize that you are not the ceiling of possibility. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like there are people that can do more than you, and there are people that can think harder than you, and there are people that can be better than you, and there are people that can do shit that you didn't know was possible,
Yeah.
which I feel like should be common sense, but fucking apparently it's not. You know what I
Well,
mean?
man, I agree with everything you're saying, but I've been that NPC. Like
Yeah.
I grew up in a religious cult, so I'm
Some
sympathetic
people can
towards
be
it.
fished out of it.
Like it's
Mhm.
not that they're stupid exactly as much as they're conditioned, and I guess they are stupid, but they're conditioned into being stupid. I don't really have a point here. I just sympathize with them.
Yeah, I don't, like I said,
They can be redeemed.
I don't, when I say like the pea brain thing, it's like, I think that our brain is like metaphorically, it starts off as like an egg. And there's a certain point where you watch some crazy fucking YouTube video and the egg cracks. And you're like, oh, there's more to life than what my mommy and daddy and my teacher and my
Yeah.
principal told me was true. And most people don't go there. Like that's just a real. I remember, like, dude, I was like 12, bro, and I don't think you ever met Indy, but he was like my best friend growing up, and we would take walks around the neighborhood, and he was just like, bro, does your family ever talk about like God? And I would be like, yeah, and he'd be like, do you think that's real? And I very quickly adapted to that conversation, but that was the first time in my life where my brain had even went there. Like
Hmm.
I had never had the thought, like at that point in my life, mom said God's real, and so God's real because moms know everything.
Yeah.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
And it's like my brain had not formed far enough to be like, yo, is that a real thing? And then, I went through a whole phase out of that where like I got really deep into it was funny because we're like middle schoolers, dude. And we started getting into like heavy into like scientific schools of thought and like Sam Harris and like Bill Maher and all
Yeah.
these like atheist guys.
Mhm.
And I did that for a really long time. And then like eventually just snapped out of it and started seeing the bigger picture again. So it's like you can hatch from the egg and now you're just in a new egg. And we're always rehatching out of bigger and bigger eggs. But I just think that some people they've never really had to use their brain to such a capacity where when you start telling people like our government sacrifices people and Israel did 9/11, it's like people were like, well, no, the Fox News told me that the Muslims did 9/11. And it's like they don't even know how to hear what you said and be like, why are you saying that? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like they just hear it and they're like, you're insane. Because then that makes them feel like, am I dumb? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so they just immediately reject it. And I just think that is like the bare bone blueprint of how a lot, like the majority of society, it just is. I
That's
think that's
the
how they operate.
There's a term that y'all were touching on, deprogramming,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah. It's like an alchemical thing too. Like I think it's dissolution.
All the way physically to how your brain structure.
Yeah.
Military programs people, and people that get out of hard military training come back and they're like doctors live.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you have to, and one of the reasons why our government really doesn't like psychedelics. So,
Yeah. Yeah. And, I think society operates by being in order, which I can't even say that that's evil, But once you discover individualism and the full capacity of reality, it's like you snap out of that, and then all of a sudden now you're asking questions all the time, and now it's like, so that's what I think, that's the real reason people say weed is a gateway drug, because we're taught our whole lives this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Weed typically is the easiest thing to get a hold of, and when they try it, and it's like, whoa. The next thought is, what else is kind of awesome that everyone told me was evil my entire
Mushrooms.
life?
Yeah.
And I
And
think
you go
that
down that path. Yeah.
as soon as you learn to question one thing, the brain just gets addicted to just questioning like everything. And I think
Yeah.
that that's why I honestly feel like the government is a little even less evil than what we think. It's like they just need structure, you
Well,
know?
I got a couple different thoughts about that. So, um, first of all, I've realized recently that I am way too heavily focused on the government
Yeah,
when the actual problem is people.
yeah,
Because we could all change this if we wanted to,
yeah,
through through a numerous means, financially, just ethical consumerism, voting if you believe in that, or violence, whatever you want to. There's a bunch of different ways we could fix this if we
yeah,
all
Yeah.
came together. The problem is not the government. The problem is people.
yeah,
So another thought, the what you said about you cracked open. This all happened to us at like a young age. We all started questioning things at a young age. This can happen for people. Some people go their entire lives never doing this. Some people it happens to them later on in life, like as an adult, like it could happen to you in your 50s. So I hold out hope for those people.
hmm
Um, but you're right, though. I just recently interviewed Tyler Nacho, and he interviewed an ayahuasca shaman for his magazine Mindfuck. Go check that out.
hmm
And he was telling me that the shaman was saying there's actually a really big problem with people taking ayahuasca. Like people have huge egos, take ayahuasca, and then it's like, oh, I'm enlightened. I've done the
Yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah.
And it's like you're saying you're still in
Right.
the so the only true enlightenment is the seeker.
Yeah,
It's the I don't have this all figured
yeah.
out, and I'm going to continue to pursue this. The moment you think you've got it figured out, you're in that trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I always say is step one to the psychedelic journey is step one is find out you're Jesus. Step two is
Yeah.
realize everybody's
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus. And then step three is figure out how to mix those two and be as Jesus as possible while becoming self-aware enough to realize that you're not the only one.
Yeah. It's
You know what I
everyone.
mean?
That reminds me of some of the things that I did learn in the one of the cults that I was a part of growing up. It's there was a lot of things that they said that made sense, and one of them was, well, if 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 Jesus could do the things that he was doing, he didn't want us to worship him. He wanted us to be able to do the same things as him.
He's a teacher.
Yeah, he's not trying to be like, oh, I am the Messiah, I will save
Yeah.
everybody, and blah, blah, blah. No, you will save yourself through means of me teaching you how.
Yeah, when he said that he was God, he was literally like referring to like the I am. You
Yeah.
know what I
That's
mean?
well.
Like the
That's
I am, the I am.
Christians like as Greek translation stuff. Whether he is God or he's the Son of God is kind of a big debate
Yeah,
in different Christianity things. It ultimately comes down to how you translate Greek. But um, but yeah, he actually addresses what you're saying directly. He says, "On glory doesn't belong to me; it belongs to the Father."
yeah,
So, it's not you're not supposed to worship Jesus, even in the Christian faith. You're not supposed to. He's a role model for,
yeah,
but um, unfortunately, like you go look at what Christianity has become, and it's like they worship Jesus, but only in name. Like they don't actually follow what he does. It's like when people
yeah,
ask me if I'm a Christian, I say I hope so,
yeah,
because it's not as easy as
yeah,
just saying that. And the
yeah,
truth is sometimes,
yeah,
sometimes not.
for
You know?
sure. Yeah, I don't want to align myself or attach myself to any specific belief system, especially because of all the stigmas that come with them. I just think that you should abide by the teachings of Christianity and that all the dogmatic aspects of it came after the teachings and have nothing to do with the teachings. And it was just that was where humanity decided, like, hey, you know, we can implore these disciplines to get closer to the teachings. So now, and then that turned into, so now if you don't do these disciplines, then you're not worthy, which turned into now you're going to burn in hell for eternity because you didn't do what the Pope said.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, big, huge game of telephone. This is all the complete opposite of what it was supposed to be when you started it. And so it's like, I want nothing to do with that. Do I read the Bible? Yeah. Do I like the Bible? Absolutely. Do I think Jesus is the king and the best teacher ever? And like we should live like him and be as close as possible to him for sure. Want nothing to do with Christianity.
Oh yeah.
I think
Yeah.
church is even a good thing, but
Well,
it's like
Mhm.
I
Jesus
would have
would
to
want
find the
nothing
right
to do.
church.
Jesus wouldn't want anything to do with Christianity.
He literally, I could be making this up, but I swear the gospel has a part where like he goes from church to church to church, and by the end of it is like none of these churches are actually church. This is just a bunch of dumbass religious people. And
Isn't there one where he goes and sees that they're just using it for money and
yeah,
flips
he
the
flips the
table?
table.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Well, yeah. So the context of that would be like there isn't Christianity yet. So because Christianity doesn't happen until after he's dead.
right,
So, or I
yeah,
guess when he starts his ministry. So like, it's a synagogue that he's in, and
yeah.
he's like, "You're in
Yeah.
my father's house, fucking doing Jew shit, fucking moving money around." It's like this is the one place you can't fucking do this.
Yeah,
And like that's what you brought up the post I made yesterday about like Jesus wouldn't sit around and wait for Jesus to show up.
yeah.
It's like one of the
And he
main
wouldn't
things.
worship Jesus.
And he wouldn't worship Jesus. So it's like
And he wouldn't run around saying Jesus died for my sins, so I get to go to heaven now.
people have this wrong idea about Jesus that he's like this passive figure. It's like no, he's pretty activist actually. He's pretty like fuck.
Yeah,
He's punk rock.
yeah.
Jesus is punk rock as fuck.
He went on tour. He had groupies. He went on stage.
He debatably
He-
fucked one of his groupies.
Yeah.
That's the whole
He-
grill.
Yeah, dude. I mean, everything. It's like if you're willing to open your mind up to like, what if this is rock and roll, and then you read the story again, dude,
Yeah.
it's like a rock and roll singer going on tour, like
Yeah.
literally scene for scene. It's like, dude, this is literally like, I mean, I don't want to use any specific names because it'll throw off the metaphor, but like it's like a Jimi Hendrix or a Morrison or
Yeah.
a Lennon or a Kurt Cobain.
Sure.
It's like it's literally like a glorified version of that. You
Oh
know
yeah,
what I
dude,
mean?
he's a gangster, man.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like he's very like fuck the police,
yeah.
right? Like
Dude, I can't believe you didn't like Book of Clarence, dude.
oh my god, dude, that movie was shit. What are you talking
I
about?
told him to watch this movie, and it takes place in biblical times.
Mhm.
All the characters in the story are biblical characters except the main character. And it's a fictional, I wouldn't say it's a comedy, but it's kind of got like funny undertones. He hated it. It was so original.
I really wanted to like it because it's like the content,
Yeah.
like the subject matter that I'm into. But the movie was just bad. It was a bad movie.
How was it bad?
Well,
The acting?
no, not the acting. The writing. The writing was really bad. I don't. What is it about? What's that movie about?
It's about a beggar who um runs out of money and he's trying to I forget like the beginning premises of it, but I'm trying to like give the full synopsis. He basically is a beggar. He's got no job. He's like your typical loser. And he tries to get into a street race to gamble and win some money, and Mary Magdalene fucking beats his ass in the chariot race, right? And while he's in the race, he tips his chariot over, and a bunch of other beggars steal all of his money. And so now he only got that chariot because he borrowed from like a local thug. So now he has to go to the local thug who is like, no, you're gonna die. Like if you don't have my money in 2 days, I'm gonna kill you. So he's like desperate and he's like, how do I make as much money as possible? And so Jesus of Nazareth comes through the town and starts doing all these miracles with his disciples, who ends up being one of the main characters' brother, Thomas, I think.
Yeah.
And he sees Jesus get paid. Like he's like a busker, you know what I mean? Like he goes and he does his tricks, and then they give him coins and donations, and he's like, "That's it, I'm going to be a Messiah," because he thinks that Jesus is conning people. He doesn't believe it, so he thinks that Jesus is just like playing tricks on the people and getting their money. So he goes and visits Mary and Joseph, and he's like, "I've seen your son perform. How does he do those tricks?" And they're like, "Bro, those aren't tricks. Our son is the son of God." And he's just like, "Okay, but how's he doing those tricks?" And he doesn't believe it. And so he goes out and he hires like a fake blind guy to pretend to be blind, and a fake cripples and fake and he sets it up. Basically, it's like this whole thing where it's like almost blasphemy, but it still honors the gospel. And it makes you think, like, what if this is what really happened? What if the story was spun? What if the Messiah hired a random blind guy to just pretend? You know what I mean? And it's like all these crazy questions that just make you really look outside of the main narrative. Um, and so it works, and he starts making a lot of money, and he becomes like another Messiah in town. It's like a thing. It's like there's a market for Messiahs. And as soon as he does it, the Roman Republic is like, there's too many Messiahs in the streets. We're gonna kill all of them. And so now he's like, oh shit, like
Yeah, it was a prank, bro.
yeah, and now he's like, I'm not the Messiah, and you know what I mean. So now he's got to go back, but it's too late, and so I'm totally just destroying this movie for anyone who hasn't seen it right now.
Yeah, I mean,
But essentially, he ends up getting
you
crucified.
can't do any damage to this movie that hasn't been done already.
Yeah,
so.
he ends up getting crucified and punished as if he was Jesus, and
It's Life of Brian for black people.
It is literally Life of Brian, but not. No, it's Life of Brian if Life of Brian sucked. It's like, okay,
Jay-Z was one of the producers of this film.
really.
yeah,
I'm sorry to shit on this movie. Like,
It was a
and
good-
you explained like the way you explained it. I'm like, that sounds cool as fuck, but like, I still haven't heard like what this movie is like. What is it trying to convey?
But then at the end, okay, so at the end, he realizes he actually witnesses Jesus do real miracles. And so by the end of it, he realizes he is a dumbass and that he was wrong, and that Jesus is the Son of God, and that he wasn't worthy, because he was trying to persuade the disciples to let him be number 13. He was like, I want to be the new disciple. I want to be part of your crew. And they're like, you're literally a con man. Like, you are not a good person at all. And so he's like, oh well, screw you guys. I'm gonna be like Jesus, but better. And then he finally, by the end of the movie, he realizes, like, damn, like I was wrong, and that's really a good dude. But it's just really cool because it's like not a biblical movie, but it's like it takes all of the characters from the Bible and then just puts them in this guy's world, and then he has his own story, and that's why it's called the Gospel of Clarence.
We've got to watch The Last Temptation of Christ.
Yeah,
It's
I heard about that.
it's Willem Dafoe
Yeah,
plays Jesus. It's Martin Scorsese. We gotta watch that next time you come over.
I want to watch Samson Ross. Somebody told me to watch that too. It's a documentary that's just filled
you
with
told me
like
about
a bunch
this.
of like the most beautiful and ugliest parts of Earth. I don't know.
Hell yeah, that
I
sounds
just
cool
recommended.
too.
Pretty much everything I've had recommended lately has been pretty spot on.
You want the Gemini answer to what the Clarence is about?
Yeah,
I've got out of the bottom where it highlights this.
yeah.
If you would move closer, I have no idea if that's picking you up or not.
Hey, Alice, you know it's me.
The Neef.
Belief versus knowing, the dangers of ego, finding purpose in service, and the importance of seeing people of color represented in biblical stories.
That's
was-
real. It's an all black cast, except the Roman guard is all goofy white
and
guys, which is funny.
Benedict Cumberbatch
Yeah.
being the white
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, the white, yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't even tell because he's like dirty
Yeah.
the whole time, and he finally takes a shower at the end of the movie, and he's white Jesus.
It was a pretty goofy movie, and there were some cool scenes that I liked.
Like
Like
the
when they're-
heroin den when they're all
Yeah,
like
when they're
floating
floating.
because they're so high. That was cool. Yeah. for
he
sure.
also like a light bulb appears above his head, like
Yeah.
fucking Looney Tunes, but it's Bible time, so they don't even know what a light bulb is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that shit was cool.
What my favorite thing about it was it's not a sequel. It's not a book remake. It's not an old 50s movie remake. Someone just came up with a whole new fucking story and the movie got done and released and it's like awesome. You
Mm.
know, that does not happen very often.
You know what?
Sinners was kind of like that, but then
I thought Sinners was great.
I brought
That
up
movie was
Sinners to
great.
somebody and they were like, "Oh, it sounds like is it From Dusk Till Dawn, maybe?"
That's
They were just like, there's this other movie where people get trapped in a house for a night and there's vampires and everybody dies. And it's like, oh, well,
dude, Sinners is great.
yeah. It's
I
great.
like that one a lot.
Concept of it. Yeah, shoot, I just like original shit,
Yeah.
you know? And I felt like Book of Clarence.
It's definitely original.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was funny too because I think we're going through a thing in our society right now where black movies have to be like, this is a black movie. It's all about black people. And it's like we're finally getting to the point where we're getting black movies that are just a movie. You know what I mean? And it's like we got an all black cast, we have all black culture, we have all black music, but we don't have to like turn it into this thing anymore because people are getting so accustomed and we're adapting to diversity that it doesn't have to be a Tyler Perry movie. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be The Barbershop anymore. It's like
Sinners
It
is a
can-
great example of
yeah,
that. That
Sinners
movie's
is just
fucking
like-
fire.
you know, it's like mostly black cast, but it doesn't
Mm.
it doesn't, and even like the vampires are white, you know what I mean? But it doesn't really feel like there's like a political stab about it of like, oh, we're the good guys and they're the white. It's like it just feels like that's not what it's about. You know
No,
what
not
I mean?
at all. I mean,
And that's
yeah.
how I felt about Book of Clarence was like, it's funny that the Roman guard was like all corny white guys and then the whole cast was black, but it didn't feel like they were like, it felt like more of like a pride. Like they were like, it was a proud black film, you know what I mean? But it wasn't throwing it in your face constantly that like this is made specifically for one race of people by one race of people, and it's all about one race of people.
I will say
It
I
didn't
do
really
like
feel like that.
I do like the Black Israelite thing because they're
Yeah.
not. Why don't they look Eastern European?
What
I mean, that's not what.
in the movie?
Yeah, but that's not what Jews look like.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is funny. I don't know, dude. I thought it was good. I can't believe you didn't like it. Have you seen Begonia yet?
What is it?
Begonia?
Uh-uh.
You gotta watch that one. That one is very relevant. Have you seen that?
No.
It's very relevant.
There's a lot of movies I haven't seen
Yeah.
because I grew up watching like nothing but animated films.
Yeah,
And I'm just now like catching up to
I'm
different
huge into
things.
cartoons. Primal. You know about Primal?
Primal's great.
I've been fucking with the Primal. Season 3's out.
I haven't seen any season 3 yet. Yeah,
you
I gotta
get
catch up on it.
It's crazy. Plot
Yeah.
twist.
But like, every time I try to think of a movie for the cinema club, I think of things like, I'm like, oh, we could do When the Wind Blows. Maybe not. I don't know. Or we could do Feliday because it's fucked up. Maybe not.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm up for pretty much whatever.
You know
It's-
Sucker Punch?
yeah, we watched it recently actually.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's one of my
Sucker
favorite
Punch
movies.
is fun.
Yeah. Multi-layered, very creative.
That's who did that? Was that,
Dude,
is that
300 guy.
That's Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a Snyder film.
Aesthetically, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, Sucker Punch was fun. We watched that
It's
recently.
like I don't even necessarily care about like it's just a cool movie.
It's cool.
You know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna argue that it's a good movie. It's just like this is art. This whole thing, it's like art in 10 different languages. But you've seen that one too? Oh, you gotta check that one out.
But I did just recently watch I think it's the first instance of, them incorporating like vampires with onks, The Hunger.
The Hunger.
The Hunger.
Incorporating vampires with what?
Unks.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
The first instance. It has David Bowie in it.
Oh, nice.
It's
sounds
a
cool as
it's a
fuck.
pretty good film. It is a very gothic film. It is very tragic.
That's crazy.
It does
David
not.
Bowie.
It does not have a happy ending at all. It's just
That sounds awesome.
Did you mess with the Dark Crystal? I think we
No,
talked about
man.
that.
We
Oh, for
started
real?
it
The
one
Dark
time
Crystal.
when we were at my old place. You know, I started watching it. And I got to go back and finish that. I watched Willow recently. You seen that?
Yeah,
Dude, Willow's great.
it is.
George Lucas, not Star Wars. What, like early 70s? Maybe late 70s?
No, that's the 80s.
Is it?
Damn.
Yeah.
Imagine working in
Willow's
movies
fucking
and
great.
being named George Lucas and you're not George Lucas, dude. That would suck.
I work with a guy named George Lucas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to for this fun fact.
Shout out David Penna.
Okay, so the funny thing about Willow is they have like a whole Hobbit thing. You have like a whole Hobbit town, and like unlike Lord of the Rings, where like the way they did hobbits is they just did like weird angles and shit or whatever. They had like a lot of like people with dwarfism do it, and a lot of the same people actors that they had for this movie were Ewoks and Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
So so George Lucas was like, I already know a bunch.
I got the plug on
I have
midgets.
the plug. Yeah.
I know all the midgets
Yeah.
in Hollywood.
In fact, the main star, what is it, Willis or what is his name?
Willow.
What is that actor's name?
Oh, I don't. Oh, yeah.
No, but no.
Oh, it's not Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer's in that. He's not the midget.
But he's also the midget is also a famous like actor. The point being is when he was a kid, he was an Ewok for Star Wars.
Nice.
That's awesome. I want to be an Ewok. I want to just hang out with
Be the
Ewoks,
tallest
dude.
Ewok.
I want to take one home and just snuggle with it.
Aw.
It's just a dwarf.
Like Mr.
It's kind
Baker,
of like your
dude.
dog.
Mr. Baker's such a little Ewok, dude.
He
It's
is.
just a midget in a costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about these movies, Labyrinth is really good too.
Yeah, I was going to say Labyrinth.
And speaking of David Bowie, I'm realizing I can talk to anybody. Like I go to work, I try to tell them about like, oh yeah, David Bowie's in this. They're like, who is that? I'm like, how do you not know who
Yeah.
David Bowie is?
He's like low key. I feel like people only know who David Bowie is that are really in the arts.
Yeah.
He's not Prince and Michael Jackson. Unless you're in the arts, then he's like on the same level.
It's one of
You know
those
what
your
I
favorite
mean?
artist, favorite artist.
He's
kind of
like
thing.
in the shadows for sure.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't. I mean, I don't think he has like a ton of like big hits.
Bowie?
What?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he
Yeah,
has
yeah.
hits.
I mean,
Bowie was
but he
definitely
doesn't
big
have,
when he-
he doesn't have Billie Jean
Like
and
I'm
Beat It.
sure people have definitely heard a song by him.
Yeah.
That's the thing, but they just don't know it's David Bowie, I guess.
Yeah, I think he was one of those people that did a lot for the culture and probably did more for the culture than stood out as a famous person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he exists. His spirit is a little bit everywhere. But
Yeah.
like his
Yeah.
face and his name, he wasn't like one of those guys who was like, check me out, I'm David Bowie. He was very like influential in so many different realms of cool shit.
He did a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
Bowie mainly was big at eras through the 70s,
Yeah.
the later 70s, and then certain parts of the 80s.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
some huge hits. He also, but it's like you're saying, he did. So, I don't know if it's the reasoning that he didn't come out and be remembered that way, because it's really looking back on him now.
There was the
because all
original
these-
tranny, bro.
Well, that's the,
Yeah.
the thing is all these massive iconic people
Yeah.
all took something from him. So
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
only so big that people could accept because he did whatever the fuck he wanted. So
Yeah.
when he didn't hit big, he was still doing whatever he wanted.
Yeah, and I'm noticing it's not just like when I go to work. If I were to go to any random like alternative event, goth club, whatever, you talk to somebody about David Bowie, at least like somebody that's in Gen Z, and they're gonna be like, "Who?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"What do you mean, who? The biggest
Yeah.
inspiration for what you're doing right now?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, I like Fame. That's a banger. That groove
I
is
like Young
crazy.
American.
He
Know that
wrote,
one?
he wrote Fame with John Wayne.
What's the one, Black Star? It was like the last.
Yeah,
It
his
was on the
last
last
album.
out. That shit. That was the first song I ever heard by him when he's wearing the mask in the
Mm.
video. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is
His whole last
insane.
album was from Fame with John.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I remember like I was listening to some more David Bowie maybe like a year ago, and I just came up on the song I'm Afraid of Americans,
Yeah,
and I did not expect that out of him
Right.
at all, but it it was great.
like
Yeah.
musically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
He did a wide
industrial.
variety of music.
yeah.
He did 3 or 4 versions of that song. The main one he did was the cover.
Yeah.
He also did one that I did.
Yeah, I think when you really cut into the super creative shit and you get away from the 3 chord Taylor Swift, Morgan Wallen aspect of art, you start to get into that realm of like you're gonna be less famous, but you're gonna be more influential. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's like kind of like I look at like Jack White and Dan Auerbach from Black Keys, and it's like Dan Auerbach definitely has written more like mainstream super hits, but Jack White has literally created an entire new generation of rock musicians, you know, and same thing for like Kanye West versus Drake. Drake has released a lot of hits, but Kanye has just invented and innovated and come up with a whole new wave of thinking, and he's influenced so many people. But it's like if you look at the Billboard charts, it's like how many times is he on there versus like Drake? But who is Drake really influenced? You know what I mean? Like who's trying to be the next Drake? Nobody. You know what I mean? No hate on Drake. I mean, I think Drake makes good music, and he seems like he's relatively. I mean, I don't know. Once again, I don't know these people, but he's known for being like a super nice dude. You know what I mean? But I think that's what David Bowie did was he was like, I'm gonna make super weird shit that no one can relate
Yeah.
to except the weird people that hide in their bedrooms
What
in
I'm
the
hearing
shadows,
reminds
you know?
me of Aleister Crowley.
Right. Yeah.
It's like he was not popular in his time, but was he influential? It's like, oh yeah, like
Yeah. He was huge.
every occultist knows that name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's this other album which I haven't even really listened to it, but it's like Velvet Underground.
Yeah.
The album has like a banana on it or
Yeah.
something.
What is that?
And
That's
I've heard that album is like every favorite artist's favorite
that album is
Feel
great.
You know
Slowly
what I mean?
and See. But
Yeah.
it's just a self-titled. It's Velvet Underground and Nico. The reason the Velvet Underground is a cult band is because of that album cover. Andy Warhol produced that
Yeah,
album.
so I knew he had something to do with it.
And because he insisted on that album cover, and by producing it meant that he decided to make this band his next art project.
Yeah,
The record was done a
Yeah.
year before it got released because they were trying to get that album cover done correctly, where you actually peeled off the piece of vinyl.
whoa.
You peel the banana off of neon pink banana underneath.
Oh, okay.
And it sat for a year, and in that year, the British invasion happened. So by the time that
Oh,
album came out,
yeah.
it looked like a copycat psychedelic band.
Yeah,
So Lou Reed got no recognition until he went solo.
that's crazy.
He was also befriended and
Yeah,
worked very closely with David Bowie,
yeah,
just like Iggy Pop,
yeah.
just like
Yeah, there's a lot of those people, man, that are it's like, you know, I think we're all officially in the generation where like not a lot of people know who Jimi Hendrix is in like in the younger world, and it's like he might not be your biggest influence, but he's your biggest influence's biggest influence.
It
You
is
know?
weird that like what are kids who are the pop icons now? Like
Bro,
Sabrina
bro,
Carpenter?
emo
Sabrina
shit is classic
Carpenter,
rock now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
like
right. Emo's classic
I,
rock.
I went
That's
through,
boomer shit.
Yeah, I went to Spotify to look for like, emo anthems that I used to listen to in middle school.
yeah,
And what I had to go to is it was like old emo music. And I was like, Thanks.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
man,
that's vintage now.
I am only 21 years old. I should not feel old yet.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I do.
But-
Even with people who are like a year, 2 years younger than me.
I mean, probably a lot of why you feel that way is because you're thousands of years old, you know?
Yeah.
Like we've been doing this. We
True.
ain't new to this. No one here in this
No.
room is new to this shit. We've been here a long time. Too long. I ain't
You're
coming
not-
back. This is my
Yeah.
last. Let me say this now.
It's been on
I'm
this
not
planet too
coming
long.
back. This is my
No.
last lap
I would
around the
come
track.
I like Earth.
I guess you know what?
Earth
It
is
depends what the
interesting.
other options are.
Yeah.
I gotta find out what the other
I'm gonna be
options
a
are.
black guy when I come back though. I've already decided. But I was hanging out with my fiddle player Lily the other day, and like I said, she's younger and she's never seen 300. And I brought up School of Rock, dude. And I was like I had kept asking her, like, do you know about this? Do you know about this? I said like War Pigs by Black Sabbath, which is like my first love of music. And she hadn't heard it. And then I was like, School of Rock? And she was like, yeah, what's that? And I was just like, bro, what? That is, I explained the whole, like, I literally gave her like the entire synopsis of like, all right, so Jack Black is a bum. Because it was his breakout, dude.
Hmm.
School of Rock was like the thing. I think maybe like, was Shallow Hal, do you remember that?
I think that was before that. He was in some.
But he wasn't like,
No,
it was like he
wasn't
was in it, but he wasn't like mega from that.
I think the first movie, chronologically, in years that I think I remember him in is John Cusack, one of his last films from that era.
Yeah.
High Fidelity,
Yeah.
which if y'all never seen it, very much.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was one of his first. Movies, I believe.
Yeah.
But I do have to remember that there are it shouldn't make me feel old. It should make me feel like the weirdo that I am, because I have to remember that the average person is not as autistically into music or art as I am.
You're just cultured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, a lot of people aren't having this conversation that like the kind of stuff we're talking about.
You gotta, I think, so I play in another band and we play college parties, and I don't feel like I'm old. I'm fucking, I do whatever I want all day, every day. I feel like I live a very youthful life. Well, bro, we go play these college parties and I have to hang out with a bunch of drunk 19 through like 22-year-olds, and I will sit and I'll try to have a real conversation with them, and I get like 10 minutes in and I'm just like, damn. There's nothing. There's nothing here. They haven't tried acid yet. You know what I mean? It's like they don't. Do they even
I know
know
what you mean.
about the aliens yet? You know what I mean? And it's like they're cool. They're cool fucking people, and they're gonna just get cooler and cooler. But it's like most people around, and not all, but most people up until the age of like 23 are still in the egg. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they don't really know what cool shit is yet. Like, we'll go play sorority parties, no goth girls, and I'll look at the band and I'll be like, how many of these girls and which ones are going to be the goth chicks? You know what I mean? And one of my buddies was like, I think goth chicks are just like born as goth chicks now. And I was like, no. I was like, a couple of these girls are going to get their hearts broken a few too many times, and then boom, it's over. They're dyeing their fucking hair and getting tattoos, dude. It's going to happen. But no, they're all very, blonde hair,
Yeah.
prom dress, like clean.
That's the thing, right
know,
now.
and all the dudes are cool. It gives me hope for the future a little bit, like seeing all these dudes.
I actually think this generation and even younger than that, like kids, like young kids,
yeah,
they're pretty cool.
they all
Like,
dress
these kids
the
awesome.
exact same, and I can't remember any of them at each party because they all have the same haircut and they all have the same outfit and they all have the same culture and the same vernacular. But like, it is pretty cool when you're on the internet all the time and everyone's just super gay and crazy and political and like, but then you go to like a Southern college and it's just the 90s. It's literally just it just feels like someone's gonna pull out a Walkman and listen to like, you know what I mean? Like it just feels so normal.
A disconnect.
Yeah, and like no one, you don't know what a Walkman is.
I do.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Okay.
my dad kept me very
Okay,
cultured.
yeah, so you're cool.
And then
Yeah.
what's crazy is he did this thing because like it was a trend to be like, your kids don't know what this is, right?
Yeah.
But he forgot that he taught me all this stuff.
Yeah.
So when he asked me, I was like, yes, Dad, I know what that is.
Yeah.
You taught me.
Yeah.
Yes, I know what that movie is. You showed me that.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, headphone splitter on a Walkman. That was my bus ride. That was why I got into music. Indy, the dude I was telling you about. We would listen to the Paranoid album with War Pigs every day on the way to school. He got a guitar and I got a drum set the same Christmas
Nice.
when we were 12. And so we started a rock band called Underage because we were 12 and it
Nice.
was a metal band.
Dude, that's fucking
And we
awesome.
played the Halloween dance. We sold like 30 CDs, dude. My dad recorded demos of us playing like 4 songs. We had a third bandmate who really liked Slipknot and would just bang on trash cans. And like that was his instrument.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but that was when I started playing music was because of I always want to say War Pigs because people know what that is, but it really was Electric Funeral, dude. You know that one?
By Black Sabbath?
Yeah, it's on the Paranoid album. You know that one? Yeah, dude, banger for sure.
We should have mic'd
Electric
the font.
Funeral, another note on that. You know the band Electric Wizard?
Yeah,
yeah.
That he named that band after that song and the Wizard is two favorite songs.
yeah, dope. I love that.
My favorite Sabbath song. I'm gonna have favorites, but I'm really about Into the Void.
See,
Very much.
I wish that I got out more a little bit, but I love the Paranoid album so much that it's like every time I hear something that's not it, it just feels like I'm like trying to get a new girlfriend who's just like my ex. You know what I mean? And it's just like, dude,
Paranoid album
Where's-
was the first.
where I know, but that was the first. That was my first memory of hatching out of the egg and realizing like music's dope. Because my dad was a bass player and he was gone all the time. So before my brain had developed, I thought music was just this stupid thing that's ruining my family because my dad's always gone. So it was when I heard Black Sabbath where I was like, yo, you know,
So
and
your dad was like touring? Like
yeah, he was
like out of
he
the
was just
house?
gigging a
I got
lot,
you.
and
I got you.
my mom was not about it, and so I think the overall looming energy in the house was music equals
I got you.
daddy issues, and your dad's not around, and we don't have money because he's out trying to be a rock star, and you know, as I got older and I became my dad, everything made a little more sense.
Yeah.
Don't start a family, you know what I mean?
Dude, yeah, we were actually talking about this earlier. Is like there's, you can resent your parents, and then growing up is realizing life's fucking hard.
Yeah,
Like for me, it was like my uncle was he's like a heroin addict, and like he lost his son when his son was really young. He was killed in Afghanistan, and my uncle obviously like that was really hard for him. So he like pill guy, heroin, and my mom like always cautioned me about drugs because of that, right?
yeah,
And then it's like in at the same time though, my mom broke her neck when she was 16, and then like for my entire life she was on Lyrica and pain pills and like just to manage, you know. And my dad my dad has really bad OCD. So like he's like very like manic and like little messes like, but early on when I was a kid, he started taking like medication that like really mellowed him out. But because of that, he's like kind of a zombie, like functional, but not really present. And so like watching like my parents addicted to government prescribed drugs, and then like my uncle, like addicted to
Street
heroin.
prescribed drugs.
It's like
Yeah.
I like as a kid, I'm like that's weakness. Like
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be
Yeah.
anything like my uncle or my parents, like looking down on them like I'm better than them.
Yeah.
Then you grow up and then you're like, life's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Life's fucking hard. You're not in any position to judge anyone else for what they got going
Right.
on. And that's like we were talking earlier, is like
Yeah.
you know, it's okay to see where your parents fucked up, but also understanding that they're a flawed human, and like so are you, and like, you know,
Everybody has their issues. No
Yeah.
matter who you are, you're not perfect. And
Yeah.
it's easy to fall into a dark pit. And you
Yeah.
realize that
Actually,
when you grow up.
it's easy to wake up and realize that you fell into a dark pit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody sees the dark pit and they're like, let's just jump in here and see what happens. It's like there's just a day where you wake up and you're like, oh, so it happened. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
I quit smoking weed 13 months ago. 13
yeah.
months.
Congratulations.
13 months, a year, a month, and a day.
Hell
That's
yeah,
where
dude.
I'm at right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Nothing.
It's fine.
It's not even that cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just not high.
Yeah,
It's like
I
the
feel
only
you.
difference, dude.
I feel you. I
Uh,
recently decided I need to stop drinking liquor. So like I'll still drink wine or beer, but like I gotta stay away from like
Dude, you
hard
know what the
liquor.
best part about not drinking liquor is? Drinking liquor. Because it's like when you're not doing it all the time and then you
Oh, I
just
see what you're
do
saying.
it.
I know how that feels.
It's awesome.
Because growing up middle school and high school, I was just drinking all the time, going to school like
Yeah.
that. And like then for the longest time I just didn't drink at all.
Mm-hmm.
And like I felt guilty for like if I ever went back.
Yeah.
And eventually I realized like I can do it sometimes.
Yeah.
As long as I pace myself and
Yeah.
I don't fall into doing it all like every day again.
That's how I feel about addiction in general. If you are a former alcoholic and you can't have one beer, in my opinion, like you're still an alcoholic. You know what I mean? It's like because you haven't learned to control it.
Well, I think part of being an alcoholic is realizing that you are always going to be an alcoholic, right?
Yeah, I mean,
That's-
I've never really been in that position before, but like even with weed, like I don't want to go the rest of my life never smoking weed again. I
Sure.
want it to not be a habit. I feel like I've got it under my control, and now I'm just really enjoying my sobriety. But like when I meet Snoop Dogg one day, I'm smoking a blunt. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's cool. Whatever. And
One of the big things in AA, which I never agree with, is that you never are a recovered alcoholic.
You're always in
Yeah.
recovery.
And
Yeah.
the thing is I can
This comes back
see- it goes back to it's not the substance. Addiction is a thing.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And
Like alcohol is not bad. Alcoholism is bad.
Right.
That's how I feel about every
I
drug.
stopped drinking when I did because it wasn't good to do.
Yeah.
Be dead or in prison, but I didn't go back to it because of that, and also because I didn't enjoy it.
Right.
This reminds me of what we were talking earlier about the whole ayahuasca enlightenment thing, where it's like I did the thing and now I'm enlightened.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
well, then you missed the point. If you think you have recovered from alcoholism,
Yeah.
then you're still like you missed the point.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
everything has like a purpose. Like I didn't know this for a long time, but apparently like fentanyl or whatever is like a hospital drug.
Yeah.
It's like there's a reason that should exist. No one just concocted up the worst thing possible and then just sold it into the streets. It's like there's a real reason for it, and there's a reason for like MDMA, and there's a reason for like methamphetamine is literally Adderall and Vyvanse,
Yeah.
just with one
Yeah.
slight twist. And weed has medicinal purposes. Cocaine has like
These all have their places.
doctors used to prescribe cocaine, and
They
it's
all
like,
have like their places.
yeah,
and-
but it's
yeah.
the drug abuse. It's the
Yeah.
abuse and the habit forming aspects of it and turning it into a lifestyle. And like, that's where the sin is at. You know what I mean? But it's like, if you can just like go out and get tipsy like once a month, dude. It's so I'm way more fun when I'm drunk, but I don't get drunk. You know what I mean? But when I am, I'm like, damn, I should be like this all the time. It's like the feeling that I get.
That's how
'Cause
you feel. That may not be how
yeah.
everyone else
But no,
feels,
dude,
right?
I don't. A lot of people tell me like, dude, you're kind of hilarious because
You're pretty fun all the
I'm
time,
pretty,
though.
but it just depends who I'm around. But I feel like I get really stoic and like in my head and just like stuck in the twilight zone a
Yeah, I
lot.
feel you on that.
And when I get like, I don't know, like 7 shots deep, which doesn't happen, but it's like when I get like real drunk, bro, I am so fun. I really am, dude. And it never happens. And I always tell myself, you gotta be able to communicate with people like this all the time. That it's not that I have to drink all the time, but it's like I need to be able to have like this same energy. I need to be able to keep this energy in regular situations.
Mm.
And then I just like sober up and I'm just quiet again, you know?
This is a
Yeah.
mad tea party. It doesn't have to make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
We went
Yeah.
everywhere. Raven's in. Check out Adiractic
Mhm.
on Instagram. Music coming
Bandcamp.
soon.
I
Bandcamp.
forgot to mention that
There you
before.
go.
They're on Bandcamp. Check
Mhm.
them out. And Brother Dusty on streaming platforms. You got a new song coming out March 20th. That's
Yeah.
Noise.
Yeah.
Catch him at the Coliseum on March 20th. And we'll see you at Bunny Roo April 3rd,
Come
Eastside
on.
Bowl. Peace.
Sound as a bunny man.